Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to JJ Soria about The Flight Attendant, Season 2 premiering April 21st on HBO Max. Welcome back to the show, man. It's so good to see you.
Likewise, good to see you too, my friend.
It's exciting. I mean, last time you came on the show, we talked about Hensified on Netflix, a new show, Flight Attendant now on HBO Max. How are you feeling? It's coming up pretty soon.
Right now, I feel a little hot. The weather's changing over here in LA. Where are you based?
I'm in Canada, right? So it's not that hot over here.
Yeah. It's getting a little warmer over here. So the moment, a little warm. Well, all's well, man. The show's about to come out. I'm excited. I've seen some of the screeners.
Yep.
And I am. The first thing I got to say is I'm truly humbled.
Yep.
And honored to be a part of such a production that's so well put together. And to me, that's saying a lot because I'm very proud of the stuff that I've done. And add this to the list, the star next to it, man. There's so many talented people in all departments of that show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it shows. I'm like, whoa, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a part of that, which is I'm proud to be.
It's pretty cool because, season 1 had a specific storyline, and then for season 2, it's like a completely different storyline. Obviously, some familiar faces from season 1 are back, but like yourself, there's some new characters as well. What's that dynamic like coming on for a season 2 of a show that did so well in season 1? But it's pretty much like a completely different show, even though it's season 2 of Flight Attendant. It's a completely different show.
A whole different crew
of
people. So it's like, where most cases you come back for season 2, the crew might most likely be the same, or you try to get the same crew.
Yep.
But they had a different crew out here in LA, and then you bring in these new characters and whatnot. To answer your question, what it was like was we were welcomed with open arms.
That's amazing.
It was very very warmly received, and didn't feel like we were the newbies, so to speak. They just brought us into the fold, and that was it, man. Yeah, it just hit the ground running.
I don't want to give out too much spoilers because I want people to kind of go in, but they're going to see it right away with the first episode. I mean, you have a partner, and your character has a partner in crime in this season. What were those conversations like, kind of preparing for that, knowing that both your characters were going to be together for a lot of the show, basically? I'm curious about that.
The way we really did our thing is we did a lot of talking over coffee and just breaking down. There was relationships of other characters that there was we thought hinted or had a feel of the vibe that we were going for, and we felt these characters had, and we made it our own. It was great creating backstory with her.
Yeah,
we had a great chemistry literally from the moment of our first chemistry read. Yeah, and it was over Zoom. We did it over Zoom.
Yeah,
no one's doing in-person auditions yet, so. We did that over Zoom, and it was instantaneous. Her voice drew me in before I even saw her on screen.
Yeah.
And then when I saw her, when she came on screen, it's very captivating eyes for me. Especially, I love green. Her eyes are green, and that really helped draw me into scenes with her, and the way the relationship is, it just it worked. It worked, and we had great chemistry from the jump.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good. It's one of my favorite dynamics of the show. Like, you two just hit it out of the park. Like, it's awesome, and they're very quintessential. Like, they're very they're really important for the show. Like, I don't want to go into the spoilers, but they're really a lot of the storylines don't work if you're not there. You know what I mean? The duo, the dynamic duo.
Oh man, I'm so glad you're digging it.
No, I am. One of my favorite things about season 1, we definitely got it with season 2, is the genre bending in this show. It's funny, there's action, there's drama, there's the crime component of it. There's so much in one show. And I'm curious, like, probably not, because I mean, like, do you notice that when you're working on a show that you're working on a genre bending show, or not really? Like, there's so much at play with the Flight Attendant, I feel like, genre wise.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to remember, because I hadn't. I'm like, because I didn't watch the first season until I was up with the chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? And then I looked into the show and oh wow, there's so much that goes on. It's not just it's a mystery. It's a drama. It's comedy. There has all the spectrum of genres. Mm-hmm. It's all there's action. It has everything. So I don't know if it was necessarily on the page. Yeah, it was there. The writing is great.
So good.
So, but yeah, it's fun to be on a show like that for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because you've worked on a lot of projects that kind of have the identity of like what it is. You know what I mean? Like, family sitcom, action movie. Like you have worked on it where it's like clear cut, like what you're getting yourself into. Whereas this show, it's like, I don't know what this is sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I feel like it's a hard show to explain what it is. Like obviously, like the crime component is really evident a lot, but
they call it, I think, a dark comedy thriller. Dark comedy mystery.
Yeah, but it's so cool to be able to do that. Like I feel like I remember seeing the announcement that you were like joining season 2 cast, and I was like, I'm so happy.
Caught by surprise.
I was like, yes. JJ.
I'm just so excited for everyone to see it, and the storytelling, just the way they tell stories is just it's another level, man.
Last time it's funny you mentioned. So last time we did the interview, it was like a while ago. I mean, actually, I think it was like last year or the year before, but it feels like it was like forever ago of COVID. You know what I mean? It feels like
yeah.
But we did the interview, and I asked you about like how you got into storytelling and everything. But I wanted to ask you this time around. I mean, you are a storyteller. What excites you? Like, what excites JJ Soria about storytelling specifically?
Different things. It depends. Sometimes stuff like with Gentefied, it pulled at my heartstrings. There was stuff that was very relatable, right?
Yeah.
That stuff really got me. With this character, best thing I can say is the fun of it. Fun of it really got me. With The Oath, playing on that series, playing Pete Ramos, that was the drama, the action, the intensity of the script, the situations. That part of the story really had me. Everything was just so high stakes. So those are things that.
And again, those projects you kind of identified, like I know what those are. Like, what is the Flight Attendant? No, it's
Flight Attendant is everything.
Yeah,
it's good everything for everybody.
I think it's crazy. I haven't seen that many people in reviews talk about how much genre bending is happening in that show, because I think like that's a trend we've seen in the last like 5 years about stories, where I feel like people aren't afraid to throw everything in there. They're not afraid to kind of just like throw away that you have to be one genre. And like man, there's like comedy, like sitcoms now that have like horror moments in it where it's like, whoa, like that is like terrifying. You know what I mean? Like it's like so crazy right now. And I feel like this show is the perfect example of genre bending, man. And they're hitting it out of the park. And you do such a good job in it. And I feel like that's a challenge, man, for everyone around. Like, is that a challenge working on a genre bending show as an actor?
I mean, honestly, it wasn't a challenge. I mean, to do what I have to do, it wasn't.
Just the whole like atmosphere, like dynamic, right?
I mean, to answer your question, there was no extra challenge.
Yeah.
For me in my to do what I have to do.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't like on my mind. Oh, well, we're doing this genre, making sure that I, it didn't come into my thought process and do it and performing my work.
Yeah.
I just know that it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was just a lot of that show. It wasn't even like with Gentefied. I would be stuck in my trailer for an hour, just sitting in my emotions, just marinating in how I felt. So get me ready for a scene. Where this, I was like, it didn't even feel like work. It was just so fun. It was so fun.
That's the best part about it. That's so great to hear that, man. And JJ, a blast as always. Thank you for coming on Popternative, chat about the Flight Attendant, man. It was great catching up with you.
It was, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I'm glad you dig it.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. Until next time, of course. And April 21st, premiering on HBO Max, season 2 of The Flight Attendant. And people could follow you Instagram, right? Is like the area where they could follow you the most on social media?
Yes. Same thing on Twitter. Yeah. JJ Soria.
Amazing. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Look out for JJ Soria in season 2 of The Flight Attendant, premiering April 21st on HBO Max. It's one of the most genre-bending shows on television. Until next time, it's JJ and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.